here from Lone Star College Sci-Fair Library. I am a library specialist in the Kids Corner by day, but by late afternoon to evening, I teach ballet. So today I'm going to share with you a little bit about ballet and the ballet Swan Lake. Now to learn this story, we're going to use 3 different books. One is called A Child's Introduction to Ballet, The Stories, Music, and Magic of Classical Dance by Leah. The next one we're going to use is Swan Lake, as told by Margaret Fontaine, who is a very famous ballet dancer. And then the last one is the classics, Ballet Stories by Margaret Greaves. Now, before we get started though, I'm going to teach you a few ballet moves to go with our story. So let's get started. So the first ballet move I'm going to teach you is some miming. So when we tell another character in ballet that we love them, or 2 characters are falling in love and they tell each other that they love them, this is how they do it. They cross their hands and put it over their heart, and that's how they say, I love you. Another step that they do, particularly in Swan Lake, is Swan Arms. So we're going to have our arms down, and we're going to go up and down, like wings, up and down. Little swan arms, or you can go even bigger, so you go all the way up and down, all the way up and down. And sometimes we even do this with running. So we're going to go up on our Demi Points. That's not all the way up on the tippy toes, because that can hurt your toes without special shoes. So we're going to go on what we call Demi Point. And we're going to make our arms go up and down like swan arms and do teeny tiny little runs with our feet. So we're going to go up and down, and up, and down, and up, and down. Good. Okay, try it one more time with me. Ready? And go up, and down, and up, and down, and up, and down. Very nice. Now, the last thing I'm going to teach you is a trick ballet dancers use so they don't get dizzy. There's a very famous variation at the end of the Swan Lake Ballet where the black swan does 32 fouettes. Fouettes are a turn on one leg. Now we're not going to try the fancy turn on one leg, but we're going to learn the trick to not getting dizzy when you're turning, and that is to spot. So I'd like everybody to fix your camera, and you're going to keep your eyes glued to the screen. And you're going to turn. So keep your head, eyes glued to the screen, and you're going to turn your body. Are you ready? Okay. You're going to turn your body, and when you can't turn anymore, you're going to whip your head around, and you're going to try to find the same spot you were staring at as fast as you can. Turn and whip. And 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 we go faster and faster and faster. And we're going to see if we can do that 32 times. All right, are you guys ready? I think we're ready. Let's start our story. Swan Lake. Once upon a time, there was a prince named Prince Siegfried, and on his birthday, his mother threw him a garden party and gave him a crossbow. She also told him that she wanted him to find a princess to love and marry. The prince was very unhappy at his party, so he decided to go hunting with his new crossbow. As he was walking through the woods, he spotted some swans flying overhead, and so he followed them to a beautiful moonlit lake. As the swans landed on the lake, they turned into beautiful maidens. When the last one landed on the lake, she turned into a beautiful princess named Odette. Odette and Siegfried fell in love immediately. But Princess Odette was put under a magic spell to only be human at night by an evil sorcerer, von Rothbart. The prince asked how he could break the spell, and she said, only by pledging your love to me forever in front of everyone. The prince said he would, and to come to his party later that evening. But suddenly von Rothbart showed up and chased the prince away. Later that evening, at the party, the prince danced with lots of princesses. There was one from Spain, one from Hungary, and one from Russia. But there was no Odette, and he was very unhappy. Then suddenly a beautiful maiden came in, and he looked up and saw that it was Odette, but she was wearing all black, and she was accompanied by a tall man in black as well. He ran to her and said, "Odette, I love you," and they danced together. He pledged his love to her in front of everyone. But as they were dancing, the evil von Rothbard revealed that that was not Odette he was dancing with. It was his daughter, Odile, who he had disguised as Odette by magic. The prince looked up and saw the real Odette in the window behind, crying and fluttering around. She flew off, and upset, the prince ran after her to apologize. He found her by the lake, but then Rothbard came and attacked them. Odette knew the spell could never be broken now that the prince had pledged his love to another, even by mistake. So she threw herself off a cliff, and the prince followed her with von Rothbard. But later, as the sun rose, none of the maidens turned back into swans. They all remained human, and it is said that you can still see Odette and Siegfried on the water, happy and in love forever. The end. Now, Swan Lake doesn't always have a happy ending. Sometimes they fight von Rothbard and they win, and then other times they both fall off the cliff, but the spell is broken forever. So some ballets have really happy endings, and some have kind of sad endings, but they are always beautiful to watch, all of the dancers in costumes and the expressions. So if you get a chance to go see a ballet, I hope you do. And Swan Lake is a beautiful ballet. So now let's try a few of the moves with our music. All right, let's try our Swan Arms. We're going to pretend we are Odette. Now we're going to use our Swan Arms to go up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Now let's try running up on our tippy toes, up and down, up and down, up and down, and up and down. Very nice. Now let's pretend that we're telling each other that we love you. So, I love you. The prince says, I love you to Odette. And Odette says, I love you to the prince. Good. All right, try some more swan arms. Pretend we're all swans. Very nice. Good. All right, so now we're going to try our trick to turning. Are you guys ready? So we're going to look at the camera and we're going to try 32 turns. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Ta-da! Whoa! Were you able to do 32 turns without falling over? Keep practicing and it will get better and better.
If you'd like to see more programs by our Kids Corner staff at Sci-Fair, please check out our LibGuides link. And hit the thumbs up button to like, and please share. I'll see you next time.